Hey everybody, Spopes here. Even if you've already watched my first video on daily crafting writs and how to do them, there's still a lot more to learn. I would suggest that you go back and watch that video first though. It covers the basics of what daily crafting writs are, how to do them, and how to do them most efficiently. But there's even another layer of pro master wisdom here. Some stuff I already knew and omitted on purpose for time, and some things I honestly didn't know at all before I started my last video. So this video is one part update, and it's also one part thank you to my amazing community who came in and gave me more insight than I had before on ESO. Without further ado, let's share one of the most exciting learnings I received, which is the fact that Skingrad is now the best crafting location in ESO by far. I have a bit of an excuse here. I took a long break from the game right when Skingrad came out, so I wasn't hip to this, but this is amazing. All of the pickup boards are right here, just a little ways out of the main crafting area, and then all of your crafting stations are just set up in a row. Skingrad is like Alinor in that they're all arrayed in this circle, but unlike Alinor, you don't have to go all the way out of the area to turn in your writs. They're right over here in the corner. So it's really on easy mode. Like, you can just do barely any walking. You could do this in one of those electric wheelchairs, man. Like, you could just cart around in your little electric wheelchair. This is like the Walmart of crafting areas. And these are the people of Walmart. God bless you all. But this is really the best place. Just like Walmart's the best place to buy some stuff, right? Some stuff. This is like the best place to do your crafting. I don't know really about the rest of Gold Road, the West Weald. I mean, I like it, but I haven't explored it that much. I do like it even more though now after playing Oblivion. But long story short, if you want to do your writs most efficiently, definitely come to Skingrad. Now, as far as who I should thank for all this, I mean, it's like, who shouldn't I thank? Lazurius, Tyler Green, khaki pants down here, but in any case, I appreciate all you guys. I did have like 4 or 5 guys come out and say Skingrad is better. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Now, I also do want to mention another place that I glossed over. Personally, I don't think I've ever crafted my writs here, so I can't attest to it whether it's good or not. But from what I understand, this is a place that's near and dear to lots of people's hearts, like Alinor for me. So I do want to definitely mention Vivec City. It's a viable option, and it's definitely a fan favorite. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's cover some of the feedback that I got in terms of how to do your writs better. Now, this is one I kind of thought of before, but I've never actually done it, and it makes a lot of sense. Thanks again to Lazurius. I like this comment so much I pinned it on the last video. So he says if you want to get really sweaty, you can pre-craft your gear and have them on each tune. Like, keep it in your bank. Like, make stacks of the potions and poisons, all of the items that you commonly craft. I think it is in a weekly repeating schedule. I haven't paid enough attention, but I think there's a way you could have as many sets as you have characters of the full retinue of items that you use for crafting writs. So of course you have to get all those other tunes to the maximum rank in each of the crafting skills first, and this is a considerable investment. You're going to be spending a lot of time crafting, a lot of resources are going to be expended. This is not easy, but again, it's like preloading. You preload it first by getting everything maxed out and making all this, but then it becomes so much easier in the long term because you can just log in, log out, log in, log out. Just log in, grab your banker, grab the stuff. You can just stand right there at the turn-in station and just log right back out. Now, this was something that was echoed by Tyler Green, and he even went so far as to estimate the actual number of mats and items you'll need to make it work. Apparently, for 30 days of pre-crafted stuff, you just need this: 45 inventory slots, about 4,000 gold, 1,100 ruby ash, 800 ancestor silk, 400 leather, about 1100 rubidite, 850 platinum, and then you need reagents and ingredients for provisioning. And this seems like a lot at first, but Tyler does say if you're a longtime crafter, these quantities aren't prohibitive. But he also does say it's difficult for new crafters to make it happen. That's totally true. If you are already a pro master and you are not pre-crafting, consider doing it. It's not something I do yet, but I think I might start soon. One thing else Tyler Green mentions is Lazy Writ Crafter, which is an add-on for PC and probably soon for PS. And he's saying he could get it down to about 1 minute per character if he pre-crafted. That's amazing. So I think the option of pre-crafting is just amazing. Thank you guys for bringing that to my attention. This is something I kind of mentioned, but not really. It is very important that you max out the first passive ability under each crafting skill. So in this case, metalworking for blacksmithing or tailoring for clothing. The reason why is that determines the level of the coffer you get when you turn in your writ. You only get the best one when you've maxed out that skill. So you will need like 50 skill points. So if you need more skill points, check out my guide that I've linked above and in the description. And while I'm at it, I will mention that the outfitter hireling or whichever hireling, all the hirelings are great because they give you free mats every day. You don't have to recoup with surveys. But that's another 3 points per skill line. So yeah, you're gonna need a lot of skill points. Check out my guide. Now there is also this kind of bizarre metric, this algorithm really, that determines your likelihood of getting master writs from your coffers. And in this case, it's not dependent on how many skill points you've put into anything, but rather how many recipes you've learned, how many style pages you've learned. It's kind of crazy. I remember seeing this spreadsheet on Reddit like 3 or 4 years ago where someone figured this out exactly by, doing like 1,000 days of crafting writs or something. I forget the exact details, but again, Tyler Green came through here with some more information. So according to Tyler, and this does jive with what I've heard before, but it's been a while, so I'm not exactly sure. I'm just gonna trust you on this one, Tyler. Thanks, bro. If you learn all of the alchemy properties, honestly, this is a lot of fun anyway. Pretty easy, is go to the alchemy station and keep making random potions or poisons until you don't have any more question marks. I've already done all of it on this guy, but before you have unlocked all of the properties or the reagents or whatever, there will be question marks instead of the little symbols over there indicating what these different reagents do. But once you've researched all that, that's one thing that increases your likelihood of getting master writs. Another way to get more master writs is learning as many recipes as possible. You'll need to learn all the green ones for your provisioning writs anyway, and there are lots of cheap or even free ones that you can get from the holiday events. Tons and tons of purple recipes from that and blue recipes. On any character where you want to get master writs, it's important that you learn all of those. I send them all to my bank first on the odd chance that my main hasn't learned them, and then I just kind of funnel it down through the different tunes. I always have 1 or 2 that are still learning recipes, and I just make sure the tune ahead of it has already learned that recipe, and I just keep sending it down the line until finally I have a tune who hasn't learned that recipe before. Also, you want to learn all of the motifs that you can in their entirety, not just individual chapters, but when you've learned the entire motif, then you also get a bonus to your likelihood of getting master writs from your daily writ coffers. And lastly, the more equipment traits you learn. So that's like when you go over to a woodworking station and you go down to research and you're able to break down items with that trait in order to research it. I haven't done any research on this character, but I've researched almost every single trait on my main. But honestly, I'm slacking here. I need to do some more research so I can get more master writs. Hey, at least that's what Spopes and Tyler Green say. And man, I respect those guys. So look, maybe you're content with where you're already at with daily crafting writs. I definitely was. But if you're like me, there's also always this nagging sensation at the back of your mind that you could be doing it better. And I've already come across some guys who seem to be doing it literally the best. Respect to you. I know that takes a lot of effort. It's not nothing. Just because it's an accomplishment in a virtual world does not make it not an accomplishment. Congratulations, that's impressive that you've gotten your writs that good. And I encourage or even challenge, if you want to get all, bro-y with it, to let me know if there are any more tips you have about daily crafting writs. I think I've really covered it all now with that original video and this one, but hey, famous last words. My goal here is for you guys to be able to get as much money and good stuff in ESO as you possibly can as easily as possible. So if I helped you with that, or you just like my approach, that I'm even trying, maybe you know all this already, but I'm out here trying to help, right? If you appreciate that, please do like and subscribe. Consider joining the channel as a member and make sure to hit the bell so you'll always know when I have a new video. All glory to Jesus Christ for making this stream possible. Thank you, God. Thank you so much for everything in my life. And thank you to all my loyal subscribers and watchers. First time you came across me today, welcome. I appreciate you being here. Please do subscribe. God bless you, and I'll be back soon.